everyone, and welcome to Carnival Cruising Podcastaways, the podcast where we talk about anything and everything Carnival Cruising related. My name is Trevor Shelby, and joining me on this crazy, kooky world we call cruising life is my good friend, the Tom.
Woo! Yeah. The nature boy, the Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how that goes. How are you doing, Buddha? I was gonna say Buddha and Buddy all at once.
Yeah, that did
it went up
right,
Buddha.
Yeah.
How'd it go, Buddha?
Man, I mean, I haven't had as good a week as you.
I mean, I wish I would have been able to go, on a cruise for 6 days, just be able to throw off all responsibilities for a week. But no.
Sorry, I was dancing. I got to do that. That was really exciting. Why couldn't you?
Because you're messing with me with that dancing, dude.
I know, man. So it was a fantastic cruise. We'll kind of do a whole review.
It's playing again.
I know. We'll do kind of a whole review of that. It was a lot of fun.
So did you hear the news?
What happened?
The Jubilee finished its sea trials.
Oh my goodness.
Today.
It
the day of recording.
Oh my God. It graduated.
Yes.
And it's so they did both sea trials and river, right?
Yeah, the river was a few weeks. It was like right before you left.
Yeah,
the river trials complete.
Yeah,
which I still don't understand why it's doing river trials. It's not a riverboat. It's not going down the Mississippi. It's too big to port down the Mississippi.
It might. Hey, global warming. The water's rising. They're just planning for the future.
Oh God,
I don't know. I'm just making this up. They're future proofing. Maybe they're gonna go down the Nile.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Don't be in denial. But that's a river in Egypt. I don't know, man. There's other places they could take it, I guess. I don't know. But I couldn't name any. But maybe they're gonna take it to the Great Lakes.
Oh God, it couldn't fit.
So
it would span across the Great Lakes without they're tiny. Why?
Yeah,
it's like
they're not that great.
Grand Lake,
They're not that great. Don't go on the Viking cruises. Don't do it. Anyway, so man, yeah, no, that's pretty cool. That's good news. I suppose while I was gone, nothing terrible happened with cruising, or no ships had any bad issues, or
wow.
I mean, I assumed that everything was going so well.
A lot of cruise news of bad stuff, like the panorama or paranormal. Yeah. I think it should be called
the paranormal. The paranormal panorama. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it has nothing but propulsion issues. It was supposed to be down for dry dock for 4 weeks, and they've added 2 more dates as of today.
Yeah, I saw that. So they're adding more time to it, and I was on its sister ship. And which also has had propulsion issues before too.
And the Horizons had propulsion issues.
Yeah. So that whole series, I mean, there's just something about it that just something wasn't done, and something's not working correctly. That's just not in the cards for those, but they're getting them fixed. So I will say I had no troubles on the Vista, and we had quite a bit of fun. So.
Cool. I mean, not my favorite ship, but it's still a ship,
Yeah. But.
And I heard you failed one of the challenges that.
Yes. I failed. If whatever challenges we put forth, I failed. And we'll kind of go over some of that here in just a little bit. But yeah, no, if you guys were counting on me to do whatever we planned before, it didn't happen. I threw all those plans out the window when too much alcohol went into my system. And I was just having a great time, though. This is kind of a milestone for me. This is the cheapest I've ever spent on a cruise.
Yeah.
And while on the cruise, I mean, not to get on the boat, but Like
Yeah.
not the ticket price, but the actual like what I spent on the ship. I did not spend that much. And I had a fantastic time.
I
So
mean, I
I
think
really
the
lived it.
least I've spent in port and on the ship was $300.
Yeah. So my total bill getting off the ship, and I had no credits or anything like that, was 170 something bucks. So I got out for under $200. And then, I had like $150 with me, and I still came home with cash in my pocket. So like there were some things like I tipped a taxi driver. I went to a place called Crazy Lobster. So I did a few things that took cash basically. So
Yeah.
I did spend a little cash here or there, but man, I feel like I did pretty well. So,
Well,
but
also, the casino helped you a little bit too.
well, not it did, it didn't. So I got points in the casino. I did not walk away with anybody. So I'll put that way. But yeah, just to kind of get into it though, I did everything that I'm not supposed to do on this cruise. Like
Yeah, you did. Like coming in the day of,
it was
and
rough. So I got up that morning. I was worried because I was like, man, I'm breaking all the rules. I'm going in the day of the cruise. So I got the earliest Southwest flight from Oklahoma City to Houston. And from Houston, I was going to have transportation that was going to get me to the port. So this all rided on, I needed my airplane to leave on time, and luckily, no delays. So, but we're the first flight out, so
yeah.
typically there's less delays on that first flight. So I felt pretty confident that was going to work. So we left out, got to Houston on time. I had about an hour to wait for my transportation. Now I did price what it would cost for an Uber to take me into port while I was there standing at the airport, and it was like $44, something like that. The transportation that I booked with the Galveston Express was $30.
Yeah, I've used Galveston Express. They're really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, no, they're perfect. And I enjoyed it. It was a good trip. I sat up front both times. So I was the only like single passenger going through. The What was it? I get down to the port. This is the other iffy thing that I did. I did not go into the port. Like I didn't go get in line to get on the ship with everybody. So usually they want you to be with your cabin mates.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of funny. I had no issues with at every checkpoint except for that very last one. You know, the one where they basically get your account set up. They make sure you're not doing a cash count, or if you want to put cash down or like whatever. So I get to that last checkpoint, and the lady goes, "Where's the rest of your cabin?" And I go, "Somewhere behind me." And I said, I got a text message. They're here. I just don't know where. I said they're in line, and she was like, "Okay," and she got me my stuff. Boom, boom, sent me on my way to the platinum seating area, and so I sat down, plugged in. I had my phone didn't charge that day, which was another like horrible thing, and so I had to plug my phone in. And Sandra and Amanda, who were my bunkmates, they got through. And they get to there and they're like, "Well, where's the other person that's in your cabin?" And they go, "Well, he's already been through this." And she got upset and was like, "He's not with you?" And they go, "Well, no, he's already here. He's already checked in." And she goes, "But he's not right here." And they had to like explain to her, he's already been through this process. And I guess they really wanted me to be there. And so I guess they want to make sure that everybody in the cabin makes it on the boat, I guess. I don't know.
Yes. I mean, that's weird.
I don't know. I kind of thought that there might be a stink, but like I said, I went into this very reckless. So, so I was just like, whatever, let's see what happens. I had no issues, but also I'm platinum. And so there really isn't any issues. So Why are you making that in the face? What's
And
up the face? And
you've mentioned your
going on?
platinum 4 times already
Yeah.
in the 4 minutes that you've been telling the story.
I know, but that's what a good platinum member does.
5 times.
So so we didn't wait long, got on the boat because I'm platinum, and I no joke, got the very, very first Guy's Burger fresh on board. There's like nobody on board, right? There's nobody on board. I'm up there, boom, boom, Guy's Burger, first Guy's Burger of the cruise. Boom, I'm eating, having a great time. The spoiler alert, I got the last Guy's Burger on this cruise as well. So I got it as they closed down. So the good time though, like they had our room pretty much ready when we got on board. That's like, the platinum way. And we dropped our stuff off. We met up with everybody. We did the muster event, and which
Muster event?
yeah, the drill. Anyway, so what's funny is they're not supposed to do the drill this way, but they're always doing it now. You walk up and they're like, they know it's not your first cruise because they saw the card, and I won't say what color it was, but so he goes, "You know how to put on a life jacket, right?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "You're done." This is the second time they've done that. They did it on the Celebration as well. And so
Wow.
it was great.
So I guess my next cruise, whenever I'm platinum, they'll do the same to me.
Yeah. I'm going to complain to John, though, that they're doing that. No, I'm kidding. But anyways, we got on board. It was a seamless event there. So by that time, I was having a great time, just enjoying myself, catching up with the family. We had my 2 cousins went, my mom, my sisters, and they had invited friends. And so I was kind of getting to know some folk. And so it was fun. This cruise, we went to Costa Maya, we went to Belize, and then to Cozumel. And so our first stop, I am like trying to save money on this, so I booked nothing, right? So
I kind of like the wing it ports, instead of always planning an excursion.
Yeah. Well, there were people in the cruise group talking about this place called Crazy Lobster and how great it is. And I was like, man, I've been to Costa Maya like once before, barely remember it. It's been that long. And has nothing to do with alcohol.
Been that long?
Nothing to do with alcohol. So, but we go through, and this port's annoying, okay? It is like a resort, and to get through it, it's really confusing on how to get to the taxis. And so we kept going up to staff and being like, "Where's the taxis?" And they point the wrong direction. I kind of felt like they were doing it on purpose, so you stay in that duty-free area. And it was really annoyed. So, but luckily, so some of the folks on our cruise, their excursion had been canceled. And so we had a pretty good sized group that wanted to go to this Crazy Lobster with me. And so we sent a message ahead of time and let them know, hey, we got a group of like 8 people going to this thing. And Crazy Lobster folk had responded back saying, "We got you down. Come on over." And so we got a taxi. They took us down, and it was $4 both ways per person. And they got us to Crazy Lobster. I will say the lobster is like $20 for a lobster.
That's not bad.
The drinks were just a few dollars, and I spent less than I would have at Mr. Sancho's and got way drunker way quicker because they weren't, watering down the drinks. So
So you're saying Sancho's waters down the drinks?
They do now, dude. You'll be surprised going back. So had a great time there. I actually met up with the owner guy, talked to him for a minute, and they've got Wi-Fi. They've got it's just like Mr. Sanchez. If you've been there, it's pretty much the same thing except it's not all inclusive. So you go in, like there's people doing massages, there's people walking around selling you stuff, and you get good deals there all over the place. There's a pharmacy there that if you would like to purchase some Mexican drugs, not those kind of drugs, okay. I'm talking about, like, you got to pick up some antibiotics. Yeah, there you go. They right now 60 pills of amoxicillin is $20. So just so you know, don't know if it's real or not. So
it's real. It's just, yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of counterfeit medication going through Mexico right now. Just like there's a lot of counterfeit vanilla. So I don't know. It's just wild that people are doing this stuff.
How do you make counterfeit vanilla?
Yeah, well, they just make it look like vanilla and they sell you the bottle. You don't open the bottle up there, do you? You buy the vanilla, take it home, and then realize it's not fucking vanilla. So,
I mean,
and they sold it to you for like $15.
I guess you go. I guess now you have to go to Mexico and just buy the vanilla beans and then throw them in your tequila or vodka or whatever you're using to make the vanilla extract out of.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. But that was a fun port. I felt like that was a total success. Then our next stop, Belize. You better Belize it. They do not have the island port thing open yet, unfortunately. I would love for that to be open. So we were brought in by the shuttle things. What are those called? Tenders.
I don't know. They changed the name from tender to water shuttle to water taxi to back to tender to
chicken tenders. So anyways, I got the priority one because I'm platinum, and I showed up at the time for the platinum. You're going out onto this tender. They mixed us with everybody else. They put us on a tender with everybody else. Like, it was, how embarrassing is that for everybody involved? I was like, how embarrassing is this? They put platinums with these other like blue cards? What? No, come on. You're kidding me. That person over there was gold. Why are they on this boat? I was like,
because they had an excursion.
Oh, that's ridiculous. So anyways, they got us to shore. And like, you've been to Belize. So Belize there's a lot of shops, a lot of things that you can do right there in port.
Yeah.
And so I walked all the shops and kind of picked out a couple bars I maybe wanted to jump into at some point. But I had my eye, there was that lighthouse that's right by everything. I thought, you know what? I'm going to walk to that lighthouse. And there was a place that was selling breakfast it was like a cafe, and that was just down the road. I thought, I'm going to go there, do the lighthouse. I'm going to go have some breakfast, real Belizean breakfast, and then I'll come back in the port. I wasn't going to do too much. I've been to Belize several times. Yeah. So I go, and as I walked all the way down, to the end of the pier. So I go out of the last exit. There's several exits to go out of that pier. So I go to the last exit, and as I'm exiting, there's all those people that are there that are trying to sell you a taxi or a tour. Yeah. And there were these two people that were trying to sell me on their stuff. And I just blew them off. I was like, no. And I made the mistake. I was by myself, and I said, I'm by myself. I'm just going to go walk around. That's all I'm planning on doing. Thank you guys, though. And I walked down, and I'm on the Belize side of the pier, right? I'm in Belize. And as I'm walking down the sidewalk, I realize that they have the two that were trying to sell me on this tour, they instantly stopped trying to sell other people, and they're now following me. And so I continue.
Well, you told them you were by yourself.
I know, right? I made this huge mistake. And so, you know me, like in my head, I'm like, this is how every true crime starts. So, like, this is not great.
You're going to be a
So,
story in your own other podcast.
I know. So, I'm walking down and I'm passing all these entrances to go back into the port area. And I keep looking back, and they're still right behind me. They're like they're getting a little bit closer. You know, they're getting they're a little closer each time. And so I get to that last one. I look behind. I'm like, fuck it. I go ahead and I go back onto the port. Go. I'm not gonna go venture out if they're gonna be following me. And I thought, maybe I'll kind of like wing it and see how the morning goes, and I'll get breakfast at one of these bars that's right there. So I went to the first bar. They seated me in a really nice spot, but then they never waited on me. Like I waited.
Which one was it? Was it the one all the way at the end, or the one by the Belize sign?
Near the Belize sign.
Okay.
And they were what got me though. They were about to come wait on me, and I got up and left. And this is what got me though. They sat a guy just down from me after I had waited 15 minutes. Then I had waited 5 more minutes, and they came back and took his order. They took his order, and then the guy looked at me as if, "Oh, you haven't been waited on yet." I put my stuff down. The menu.
Mm-hmm.
I got up and walked out. I'm done. Like you blew your chance right there.
Yeah.
I mean, like seriously, like I don't think that's out of line. So they had a really expensive menu. So I was about to drop some money there. So I was like, whatever. So I walked down. There's another little bar, and it was called like the Thirsty Lizard or something.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
That's the one I go to. Yeah.
Yeah. So go in there. There's a funny sign. This is what sold me. There's a sign that said, "Wives, drop your husbands off here."
Yeah.
It was like husband daycare or something. So sold me. I went in there. I sat at the bar. These wonderful ladies, hilarious, by the way, just working their tail ends off and serving me drinks. As soon as I sit down, I got conch fritters, and they were good. Not the best that I've ever had, but I will say they were good. And a police officer came in, the Belizean police officer, and he came in and was like, he knew them. I think he may have been related to the staff, and they were all joking. It was kind of a very humorous time for someone that was by themselves. I felt comfortable. They're playing good music, and I had a great time. So
I had good beer there too.
Yes. Yeah. I had 2 margaritas and some beer there. It was some local beer. So
yeah.
So it was a good deal. So, and then I had the fritters, and the fritters, like for one person, it was a lot. But yeah, I enjoyed it there though. I much rather be alive and not see the lighthouse.
Yeah. Then be dead and have to have Megan find a way to ship you back home.
Yeah. So that was a sketchy thing that happened. The other port that I went to was the one that you gave me the mission.
I know you made the mission. I just told you that I wanted to try this Mexican place.
Yeah,
not Mexican, the Chinese place. Yeah, Chinese place, not Mexican. And and you're like, challenge accepted.
Yeah,
and then I all of a sudden when you're there, Gary and I are getting these text messages that are not very proofread.
What are you talking about? I dare you to bring up one example.
Dos equities?
I had 4 dos equities. Thank you very much.
Dos equities.
Dos. Oh, that's really funny. Anyways, Yeah, no, Dos Equis. So that's understandable. That was autocorrect.
Oh, and you said you had 3 bears.
Yeah, yeah, you know. So I was waiting. So kind of my timeline of events in Cozumel. It wasn't that interesting. I did go into town. I went to 7-Eleven and I walked around. I went shopping, and then I went over to the Hard Rock, and then I started walking back. And I thought, man, it's still too early to have lunch. I said, but Three Amigos is open. I'm a little hungry. I could go ahead and have some nachos and maybe a drink, and then I'll go have actual lunch over there. So if you've ever been to Three Amigos, there's a guy dressed in all white and he's got it on the back of his shirt. It says like, would you like to get drunk? Ask me how, something like that. And he blows a whistle and he pours tequila in a shot glass and he dumps it in your mouth while blowing the whistle. And he dumps tequila in the shot glass, dumps it in your mouth, then keep blowing the whistle, and he's dumping more tequila in the shot glass, dumps it in your mouth. Then he dumps more tequila in the shot glass, dumps it in your mouth. And by the end of it, you're drunk. And so there was that. I had a margarita.
Found the one with asthma. That way he couldn't have blown the whistle that long.
Yeah, he kept going. I was like, oh, it burns. But I don't know, I think it was 1 or 2 margaritas. I can't even remember now. And then I had a few beers, and I had the nachos. The nachos was huge, by the way. I didn't realize it was going to be that big. And by the end of that, I was like, I can't even walk to the ship. So I asked John Hild if they could pull it a little closer.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh God. Oh yeah.
Lord. He just said good luck. So, but the highlight of my day though in Cozumel was the pier runners. So we actually had them, and it's been a while since I've actually seen pier runners, and it's been a while since I've actually seen them in a spot that I could actually see them.
Yeah.
And so I was out on the balcony watching, and there was a girl and this guy just casually walking, and people were shouting at them, and like usual. And the boat is like, blowing its horn. It was like ready to go. And next thing you know, there's this dude at the end of the pier just running. And because he ran, the other ones decided to run too. And
you see, if I'm going to be a pier runner, I'm just going to take a rickshaw.
Yeah, you would think.
I mean, they're all over the place. Come on.
Yeah.
Grab a damn rickshaw, pay them the $5 and an extra $5 if they can get you there in 2 minutes.
Oh, that was really funny. Now, I don't think we left anybody behind. I don't think we had any other kind of issues like that through this cruise. This was a great cruise. We had TJ as the cruise director. This is like my second time having TJ, and he's fantastic. I got to meet the captain. That was really cool. I played a totally different duck game than everybody else. And
oh my God. It's not going to be called the duck game. It's going to be called what fucked up material can you find in a hallway?
Yeah, it was that last one was the game. So, oh man, if you don't know, you don't know that. Go to our Facebook page. We're at facebook.com/Carnival Cruising Podcastaways to find out more on that one. I did get some good responses here. I just wanted to know that is this normal or if it's not normal. And and because it just kind of blew my mind when I first saw it. So the first odd thing I saw in the hallway was some baby diapers.
Yeah, used diapers.
Used diapers. And so I was like, is this normal? Like, is this something that I don't know about? Maybe, I don't know. And it was very interesting. We got a lot of really good comments. And so I didn't know if anybody's had experience before. And so I'm gonna pull up the comments here. The consensus is, though, and this is what I stumbled upon. It was early in the morning. There were 2 baby diapers out by the door of this room, right by where you would set your dishes and stuff. You know what I mean, for your room steward to come pick up.
Yeah.
They weren't covered up or anything. It was just rolled up used baby diapers. And Megan had said, trash or in their bathrooms, then call the room steward to pick it up. Not in the hallway. That's not okay. Teresa Manning said, that's just nasty. Amanda Barmore said 100% in the trash can. Jennifer said, gross. I agree. And Michelle Percival said, I've never understood doing this.
Percival?
Or how do you say her last name?
Pearsall.
Yeah, whatever. That's what I said. She said, I've never understood doing this. There's a trash can close by. And then, that's pretty much the consensus on down. If you just read all of them, you even said it should go in the trash. So, yeah.
I mean, there's 3 trash cans in the there's 2 trash cans in the room. Throw it in the one in the bathroom.
Well, yeah, and you have a baby. Like,
I have a baby?
No, I'm saying they have a baby.
Oh, okay.
They know they have a baby, so they're gonna if it wasn't a surprise that you're gonna have dirty diapers. So if you didn't come planning something other than if you don't want it stinking up your room in the trash can, I'm sure there's some kind of diaper genie that's travel. You know what I mean? That's what I used when my kids were little. It was called a diaper genie, and it was a little thing you put your diapers in and seal them up, and where they didn't stink the whole house up. I'm sure there's a travel version of it or something. I don't know. I'm sure, but I don't know.
I mean, the just call the room steward, and if you're that worried, and have them. They will do multiple pickups if needed. But that.
Yeah,
that's a sanitation issue.
Yeah, absolutely. The sad thing I have to report is no more midnight mini golf.
Yeah, you posted that. I mean, that's kind of sad.
8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Then they lock that box up. They padlock it. Okay. There's no getting in that box otherwise. And so I thought it was odd because it was just the golf balls and the golf clubs that are locked up. But the pool tables and the pool cues and all the balls, those are left out all night like normal. So you could play midnight, pool, but you couldn't do mini golf. So I don't know what the reasoning behind that is. It's kind of annoying to me. I wanted to do late night mini golf, and that's something I've actually thought about before. Like, might have been a fun event for like one of the family reunion group cruises or another cruise or something, is doing like a late night mini golf tournament. But you'd have like a lot less people like interfering, and you could like video the whole thing. It'd be fun. Yeah. But no, you can't do it anymore. So I don't know if that's just the Carnival Vista or if that's all the ships. But
I don't remember seeing the putt being open that late on the Celebration.
Yeah, I don't remember. I did not play late night mini golf on the Celebration. So, but oh well, not the end of the world though. I did have my favorite breakfast, the blue iguana. So good. Ugh. And I had the 12-hour French toast in your honor. It was good. It was better than the celebration. I'll give it that. I know Gary was giving me a hard time about it, but I wanted to give it a shot because I've had it before where it was actually pretty good. And when I had it on the celebration, something about it wasn't my thing. And so this time, boom.
It's because everyone was wanting to say the breakfast burrito.
Well, no, I'm saying that I actually didn't enjoy it on the celebration as much as I had enjoyed it in the past. I'll put it that way. So, but this one, pretty darn good. So there you go. But yeah, not a bad cruise altogether. So another one in the books.
So I have a question. In debarkation, did they have the you're sorry, you're distracting me. Sorry, you were distracting.
Sorry.
Did they do the tax on alcohol and tobacco and alcohol?
I do have an update for that. So no, they did not.
They did not?
There was nobody there. Nobody directed us anywhere to do that. Now, in the documents, when you're getting off the ship, like in everything, it says if you have more than one carton of cigarettes, you need to go report. And then if you have more than like liters of alcohol, you need to go report.
Because that's normal though, but Texas has that extra freaking tax.
Right. And there was nothing and nobody to direct you anywhere. So you just walk through and you're done. Now, that was doing the smile and go. You know what I mean? So I don't know what the birth certificate line did.
Well, no, this was you got through customs, and this was a separate stop after you got through customs.
Oh, no, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, though, is I don't know where we met back up with them, but like I got through the building after you do the smile and go, and you get past that, you don't talk to anybody else. You're out that building. So yeah, nobody
because I mean you meet at the same area. So I mean, if you didn't see it, then no one else saw it. So.
Right. Well, and I will say we left with Terminal 1, and when we came back, it was switched last minute. We had to go to Terminal 2 because they're building out the Jubilee's terminal.
And they weren't expecting to send anyone off on the Vista anyway, because that was the last one out of Galveston.
Yeah. So I wanted to unveil for the very first time on this show the new platinum gift. It's still in its bag and everything. Look how fancy that is. Never been opened. Let's do an unbagging here. Oh man, this is so wonderful. I wish the fanny packs were this size. It's very large. So
you wish the fanny packs were that big?
Yeah. So here it is. It's got a pouch here. Main zipper. Oh, look at that. The inside is all Carnival branded. Very important for packing. VIFP. So, boom.
It's a toiletry bag.
Yeah, it's a toiletry bag. And so pop it all out here. It's a pretty good size toiletry bag. So not too shabby. That'll fit all my stuff in it. And yeah. Oh, it's got another zipper too here. And let's see what's in here. $100 bills.
Yeah,
a whole bunch of them.
Right.
Thanks for being a platinum member, it says.
Right.
Thank you, Carnival. So nice.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, that's crazy that they would put hundreds of dollars in there.
Right.
Now, I will say, speaking of hundreds of dollars, I will say that this will be my last thing about this. The casino was loosened up quite a bit our last day. So I won 200.
Usually wins.
Yeah. I won like 200 and then like lost it. So I didn't really win anything. So, I only put $20 in the machine. So that's I felt like I accomplished something. My mom walked away with a profit of $750.
Nice.
Sandra hit a $2,000 jackpot. I don't know how much she won or lost, but there you go. My cousin, her first cruise, walked away with $2,500. So
Nice.
yeah, she hit a $2,000 jackpot on top of the 500 she'd already won. So it was kind of funny because she's now going on the Alaskan cruise, and her husband told her that my other cousin, he told her, he goes, yeah, I see this as an investment. He goes, you brought me home. He goes, you brought me home $2,500 this trip. He goes, now I'm going to send you back out on a 2-week trip. And now you have to bring me home $5,000. So that's what I think she's going to try to do. So we will see. Oh, this will be great.
I have never, ever, no matter what casino I've been to, had a hand pay on a slot machine. Now, at the butthole of Oklahoma, what you call the butthole of Oklahoma, I have won a jackpot on a table game.
Yeah.
Which I won a $3,000 jackpot on for hitting a royal flush on an ultimate Texas Hold'em hand, and plus an additional $4,000 that was on the table. So I ended up playing like $7,000 that night.
Good deal.
And of course, I gave my mother like 3 of it. So,
well, that's because you're a good son.
Yeah.
So there you go. And then see, if I was there, you would have given me at least $1,000. I mean, just because you're a good friend. And so,
$1 maybe.
Anyways, we won't let this come between us. So, anyways, guys, we do have a special announcement. If you made it this far in the episode, you're the first. You're the first to hear this. So we have a very, very special event that takes place right in between Christmas and Thanksgiving, and it is our new holiday called Thankmas. So you all now to explain what Thankmas is, it's like Thanksgiving where we give, and it's like Christmas. like where you give. Where you receive. So you give, we receive. So like where this is going.
you give us gifts.
Yes. Or thanks. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
So as your cult leader, I mean, as your podcast leaders.
Yeah.
So December 9th is the in-between time. So
take PayPal.
Venmo.
I can't get into my Cash App because I can't remember.
So I take it. So we're calling it Thankmas, and so we do have some fun events that we're going to be announcing probably more on the next episode. And so mark on your calendars December 9th. We're going to have a fun time, have a very special Thankmas episode. Everything's going to be branded Thankmas. We might have some Thankmas gear for you to wear because you decorate for Thankmas, so you definitely want to wear the shirts and stuff, right? I mean, if you're a true podcastaway, I mean,
if you want to make it to that next level,
you're going to want some Thankmas gear. So
I mean, we've only got one person up to level 3.
I know we do. So, because we demoted everyone else because you didn't give thanks on Thankmas last year. So,
even though we just made it up this year.
So, anyways, December 9th, we're going to have a special episode. We're going to have some other special things happening on the Facebook page as well. Definitely check it out. Like I said, facebook.com/Carnival Cruising Podcastaways. Anyways, this is me saying, I think this is it for the episode. So just know that you are unique, you are special, and you are loved.
And remember, anything that happens on the ship stays on YouTube. Bye.
Shave the foosball tables. Bye-bye. See ya.